First Issue Club. We're your weekly comic book podcast where, just like Sue Storm, we love a good read. Hey, every once in a while, this happens where comic books get delayed. Well, you know what? The same thing is true for comic book podcasts. This one's coming out a few days later than normal, and oh man, you're itching for your fix. I saw so many people with the First Issue Club withdrawal jitters when I was out at the comic shops today, and I said, I swear to you, we'll make it right with a late release Monday episode, and everything's gonna feel better for one more week, my friend. You'll get your first issue conversations to let you know what are the funnest new comic books coming out that you might be interested in, that you want to invest your dollar in at the comic book shop. Books like Deadpool Batman or books like No Man's Land, both of which we'll be talking about today, with many, many more coming on our Patreon this week. We read so many first issues the last couple weeks, and we're ready. We're ready to talk about them. With me, as always, my fellow co-hosts. Introduce yourselves, boys.
I'm co-host number 1, Greg.
And I'm co-host number 5, I guess, Vargas.
Oh, wow. Canonically number 5.
Canonically, yeah.
Pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Well, we'll keep track of how many episodes you've done versus Budget King and Caitlin, and so you could rise up the ranks.
yeah.
Once you surpass them, then we'll change you to host number 4 and 3, respectively.
You could file for an update or a promotion.
Well, yeah. If it's by number of episodes, I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Well, quality episodes.
Then I have even more.
He probably outrank Mike D and I, Andy.
Stop. I've only done one solo episode.
That's true.
This podcast is lovingly brought to you by Boulevard Brewing Company's Space Camper IPA line of beers. The best dang beer in the galaxy, comes in a variety of flavors. Earlier, when we were recording Podsquisite Corpse Cast, our special Exquisite Corpses bonus show, I was drinking a Space Camper Zero Gravity and NA beer. And with the hydration I gained from that, I said, I earned myself a Chill Break Endless IPA. So I'm moving through the Space Camper family tonight, folks. It's a
Watch
delicious tasting beer. That's right. Hit us with the tagline, Greg.
Yum, yum, give me some down in my tum-tum. Space Camper IPA. It's not a beer. It's a journey.
A journey into space.
Space. It's actually better now because I'm so nasally and congested from this cold that the tagline sounds extra sexy. In space, they can't even hear you scream. With pleasure from Space Camper IPA.
Nasally is what people always say is super sexy.
I sound like the guy from SNL. The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
You do.
Tonight's musical guest, Space Camper IPA.
Wow, you do that really well.
Thanks. I only have 2 things I'm good at. It's that and getting sick.
Hey, you're doing both great.
You guys know who does the voice now on SNL?
Burt Baccarat.
Sick Greg.
It's Daryl Hammond.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah.
So technically, he still works for SNL.
Yes, he's like a master impressionist, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so he more or less just does an impression of the original voice of SNL. And it sounds like very much of the same family, right?
Yeah.
It's not that different.
I had
So
no
you know
idea.
what's crazy? I do a really great impression of Daryl Hammond, but I can't do Daryl Hammond doing impressions of other people. So it's kind of like a really honed in
man.
impression.
Sure.
What a spot to be in.
And like it's only good like 25% of the time.
I say I've seen it in person. His Daryl Hammond is amazing. He's not
Yeah.
going to do it here, but
I have stuff prepared for it.
Well, now you have
Okay,
to do it.
Do your type 5.
Here's Daryl Hammond getting a coffee at Starbucks. Hey, can I get a coffee with 2 sugars, please? Thanks. The name's Daryl.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I mean, Greg really disappeared and Daryl came
Theme.
out.
Yeah.
Bravo. Let's talk comic book news. Matt Fraction's Batman. Batman issue number 1 that came out a couple weeks ago. Maybe you heard about it. It's already sold 500,000 copies. Likely to be the best selling issue of the year. How about that? 500,000 this year. And they
Half milli,
said
half milli,
comics were
half milli.
dead. Here's another 500,000
You
out
thought
there.
comics were dead. You know what really saved comic books? It's not Batman. It's the blind bag.
It's the blind bag. So what's our next highest selling comic book this year? I think it might be
Deadpool
It might be
Bat.
Battle Beast,
Battle Beast.
Oh, you think
which
so?
sold
Yeah,
400,000
that's right.
copies. Imagine an indie comic book selling only 100,000 copies less
Mm-hmm.
than the DC comic that sold 500,000 copies. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
those
Yep.
blind bags will get you every time.
And this is the thing that these both had in common, right? Batman number 1 did all the blind bags, and so did Battle Beast. So we're going to be seeing a heck of a lot of these moving forward until people are just like done with it.
Until Scout finally does one, then you know it's cooked.
Yeah. Which I don't know if you guys saw the upcoming Spider-Man blind bags that Marvel is doing, but they
No.
got some super legit Marvel artists to do blank
Mhm.
covers, and the blank covers look
Are
gorgeous.
they doing one for Spider-Man? Because the one I saw was for Ultimate Invasion, and they're doing like
Oh, maybe it's Ultimate Invasion,
because they're doing
and they're doing
unique.
a lot of Spider-Man themed covers for that.
Yeah,
Maybe just the ones I saw were Spider-Man themed.
yeah, because they've
You can't convince me that Marvel and DC aren't going to do this for their big number
yeah.
ones going forward for
Oh,
the
yeah.
next 2 years.
for sure.
And
But
I think the thing that sorry, Andy, the thing they're learning from the Batman blind bag that the Battle Beast one did is that no one wants a foil variant. They want like the sketched cool stuff. Like Battle
Yeah.
Beast did it best with like the preview of issue 2, ash cans, reprints of older Invincible comic books, and like and sketches and remarks. That's what people want.
Die cut
What the
covers, all kinds of like
Yes.
random fun stuff in there. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And what the Batman number 1 blind bag did wrong is just like, oh, you got the 1 in 500 gold foil variant
Yeah.
cover. It's just like, I don't fucking
Recycled the
want
covers
this.
we already had. Yeah.
But Marvel's doing random inserts for original art,
Yes,
which
sorry.
is
And
cool as shit.
yes, to play off that, they learned from the Batman thing and they're just like, oh, we need to put artwork in these to make people want them even more.
Yeah, they had Peach Momoko do a cover. I think
Who?
Bagley did one.
Yep. Lanil Francis Yu did one.
Yeah, awesome artist.
There's one more. There's 5 original art covers.
There's 5 of them.
But-
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to be ripping those bags like crazy just to get that Momoko cover. I mean, that's going to be the heater, right?
Let me send a
Might be the one to
message
have.
of
She does-
warning to all of you. Take Sex Criminals number 11 to heart.
Oh,
Yeah, you're not
Don't
gonna
buy
get it.
50 of them.
Yeah.
for sure.
You're not going to get the Momoko.
There's a solid chance someone who works at a distribution level who was in charge of bagging these just took that one, and it's not even in a bag.
Yoink.
Totally. I feel like what is often the case with these things.
I don't trust the
Uh,
blind bags simply because of the scenario you just mentioned, Mike. And not at the distribution level, but just like at the shop level or like the
Mhm.
reseller level. It's just like
Yeah.
you guys know how easy it is to reseal a plastic bag, right? You just need a little heat press and then you're done.
That's true. Yep.
What I wish people would like, especially with stuff like this, I wish Marvel would put a little piece of paper or something inside the if you get like an original art thing that's like
Mhm.
take a picture of yourself with this book, send it to this email address, and we'll get you a swag bag or something, and then they could like print the pictures of the person with the art in
Mhm.
issue 5 or whatever.
Oh, to be like someone actually won
Yeah.
this.
Here's
Here
your
they
winner
are.
kind of thing.
Right.
Sports cards do that all the
Okay.
time, Mike.
Because there were a bunch of Stegman like original drawings, weren't there, in Venom?
Mm-hmm.
In like this big like Venom issue, and they had this gallery
Oh,
in the
it was
back of those that was like found issues, and it was like one of 30.
yeah.
And
It
like they
it
never
was absolute
showed a
carnage.
second one.
Yep.
Absolute carnage. That's what it was. There was never another issue found. They printed tons of
Yeah.
those. Who knows where they ended up?
They're probably being sold on whatnot.
Or people just might have even known that there were sketches in them because it was like in the back matter, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like
So you listening, if you own Absolute Carnage or whatever it was,
yeah, no, it was Absolute Carnage #1. It was the first issue.
yeah, check your issue because it might have a sketch in the back
Yeah.
of it.
Check your issue at the door, man.
Yeah, because there were and that
Check your issues.
that really did have like 30 of them from like all kinds of artists.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's a good call, Mike.
Funny. All right, next in the news, Neon Ichiban beta is up and running.
Mm-hmm.
So far, how's it going? I'll tell you this much. Took my money, didn't give me the comic book.
Yeah, I heard that was
I
an
said,
issue.
hey, I'm a guy with a comic book podcast. Why don't I buy one of these to see what the checkout experience is like and
Mm-hmm.
what they've done or changed here? And I bought a comic, got charged on my card, never showed up in my in my library. Like nothing ever happened, but I definitely paid for it. So
Are you sure you didn't hit donate?
I'll,
Donating to
I'll say
Neon Ichiban?
I'll say this: it is the beta, and the purpose of a beta is to work out kinks, right? So
Yeah, but your bank
some
account isn't in beta mode.
some mistakes are to be expected. I haven't got an email back from them as of yet. They've got like a report bug
Yeah.
section on the site.
Do they have
That-
a report
so-
theft button?
That is a known issue. I will say that. That is a known issue.
Yeah. They had variants.
Known issue. Yeah, we know. We're grifting you.
They had variants which I'd never really seen on a digital comic marketplace that had like Marvel and DC comics, right? So I thought that was interesting.
cool.
So I tried to buy a variant cover of the Undead Iron Fist,
Nice.
and that was my one that didn't come through. But you've apparently would keep it in your digital collection,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could resell your digital copy of that book, which may make your choice between covers kind of relevant if someone decides like, hey, I'm reading digitally, but I want like random fun covers for these. That's the way to do it. And then I do think there is like a little bit of a limit on what how many copies of something they might sell to create a little bit of like supply and demand in the marketplace. So once a couple weeks have passed, you might not be able to buy a digital copy of this or that anymore, which is interesting. And then you've got people trying to sell their like digital copies of certain comics now for like $700.
Classic.
Which is just like, why don't I just relist my comic I just bought that you can still buy in the shop for $5 for $700? So the secondary marketplace looks kind of awash with just trolls putting unreal price amounts on comics. So we'll see how they clean that stuff up into the future. But in the interim, it's like an okay digital marketplace that seems like just as tedious to search as any other digital marketplace for comics. Like none of them are that great on being able to like browse and find what you're looking for. And
Right.
the same looks to be true about Neon Ichiban, that it's not hyper user friendly, but like good enough.
It all feels like
that's my
Amazon
take.
to me.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, I just logged in for the first time, and my
And it took my money.
it took like $45,000. I mean, no, all of my distillery books auto populated.
Yes.
So that's cool.
You now I think Distillery is getting rid of their marketplace and moving it to Neon Ichiban.
That
Same
okay.
company.
Yeah.
Same
Right.
owners.
They own it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
If anybody's doesn't know the history of this, the people who started Distillery are some of the people who started work at Comixology
Right.
and parted ways and said, "Hey, we can do it better than Amazon let us do it, so we're gonna try something different here." So we'll see.
We will see. Right.
We know they've got the capital to try something.
True.
Coming from Comixology, they probably did okay over at Amazon. Um, okay, one other thing that I'll let you guys decide by how interested you are, how long we entertain this conversation.
Okay.
But on the Late Late Show, Colin Farrell was praising the Batman Part 2 script.
Okay.
Mhm.
And at the Emmys, Matt Reeves said that the main antagonist for this Batman film has never really been done in a movie before. So we've heard a couple things that this movie is like going to do over just the past couple weeks.
Uh-huh.
So I thought we might say to ourselves, one, like, are you excited about this movie? And two, what's a villain that you would be stoked for that has, quote unquote, never really been done before in a movie? I
Is
think
it
that's
not
interesting
Clayface?
phrasing. Never really been done before.
Yeah.
That it could have showed up in like as a small side part or in an animated feature maybe, but not as a huge villain in a major motion picture.
The first thing I heard when I heard the Matt Reeves quote was, "Oh, he's definitely doing Scarecrow." Because Scarecrow showed up in all 3 Christopher Nolan Dark Knight movies, played
Mhm.
Yeah.
famously by Cillian Murphy, but
Yep.
was always sort of a side character.
Accessory.
Yeah, or I mean, I think he had the biggest role in the first movie, but still was like almost like a cold open character where Batman swoops in and he gets like a little scene and then kind of quickly dispatched before Batman has the rest of the movie to deal with whoever the real villain is.
Mhm.
Scarecrow would fit the tone, I think, of the Matt Reeves Batman movies.
Yeah.
Greg, you said Clayface, which I
Mhm.
think like the next show on HBO Max is going to be Clayface. I think
Oh,
that's
it's the
been
show.
confirmed, right?
Okay.
Wait, no, they're doing a body horror Clayface movie.
Oh, okay.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay.
So
I
we
thought that
knew
was gonna be
some
the next
sort of
Batman
Clayface
villain.
thing was coming. Yeah. But that doesn't particularly tell you one way or another that it could or couldn't be in this movie. I
True.
don't know if like the Clayface thing is um like, hey, you can't touch it because we're gonna do it in another like
Mhm.
movie universe. Like I think the Clayface body horror thing that we're talking about is the James Gunniverse of
Yeah.
So
DC movies, right?
Yeah.
it can't be Red Hood or Hush because that needs to have other people previously that need to be involved, right? Other Robins
Sure.
and a Joker.
Sure.
So it can't be them. Court of Owls is maybe the next logical.
I could 100% see them doing a Court of Owls thing. And that would make sense with the hasn't really been done before because it was one of their bigger animated releases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They did a Court of Owls. So that could very much be
And with the Matt
the way
Reeves
to
thing, you
go.
can't go too because you can't have Killer Croc and you can't do like any like Man
Nope.
Bat. You can't do any of that stuff because that stuff seems pretty rooted in reality as much as like a vigilante who dresses up like a bat is.
Yeah.
And Killer Croc was in Suicide Squad, so I would think that would be like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like do process
nixed
of
on this
elimination
rule.
of just like who is too outlandish to be in this movie, and
Or-
it's like
Can I run down I wrote a list.
Yeah, totally. I want to hear
Mhm.
Can I run it down? You guys just give me yays or nays, maybe.
Yeah. I want to hear your list.
on whether you think it's reality or not. Hugo Strange.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
All right, what about Black Mask? I've always loved Black Mask.
Oh fuck, that would be so good.
He was the villain in Birds of Prey.
Oh, he was the villain in Birds of Prey.
Oh, that's
and Vandal
right.
Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Vandal Savage is pretty fun, but again, one that's like has a lot of baggage. Mad Hatter.
Dude, Mad Hatter would rip in
A better Riddler.
I mean, yeah, a weird, creepy.
Mhm.
Yeah, would play, but is he almost too similar to the Riddler that
Yeah.
Matt Reeves just did? But
Yep. All right, this next one is the one that I think it probably actually is. Calendar Man.
dude, because you just do Long Halloween
Yeah, you just do something like Long Halloween.
with
Oh,
Calendar Man. Yeah,
And they already did Long Halloweenish stuff in The Penguin, but they did
Mhm.
it all without Calendar Man,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
So like, let's do the Calendar Man part of this.
totally.
And just have have this take place over the course of a year, and have Bruce trying to figure out how to get this holiday killer.
I
what
love
about
that.
Dr. Manhattan?
Can you imagine?
I think that's a
Do some
tough
Doomsday
fight
Clock?
for Batman.
People would be so pissed.
Call in Zack Snyder.
All right, we've never seen ventriloquist in Scarface, have
That
we?
would
In
be
like a
fucking
live
fun.
action.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be really fun. I don't think that's realistic. Another one I do think is realistic, Victor Zaz. Another serial killer
I always
type.
see Zaz though as like he's like a dead shot or something. Like a the real villain like hires him to like
Sure.
cause mayhem, you know?
He can't sustain like a full movie.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Can it not be Deadshot?
Could be. Sure.
We only
Could
got the Magnola
Well,
or whatever his name was at the end of.
except that he was you mean Deathstroke? Or
Deathstroke, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be Deathstroke. Be cool.
All right, a
Yeah,
bunch
good.
more that are probably wrong. Clock King, KG Beast,
KG Beast.
Rat Catcher,
Sure.
and then Greg already said Vandal Savage. White Rabbit would be fun.
White Rabbit would be good.
Mhm.
She showed up in Peacemaker though.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was in Peacemaker.
Oh, that's right.
But it was like a visual gag more than anything else.
Yes. We've got Bronze Tiger.
Well, yeah.
Lady Shiva, I thought would be cool.
That's a good one.
That'd be a great way to introduce a Batgirl to the Matt Reeves universe, because
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
that Batgirl, Cassandra, seems tonally to fit the Matt Reeves universe.
What about Frank
Flamingo
Miller?
would be a good one.
Dude.
You could
Okay. Now
you
you're
could put
now you're
you
getting
could put Frank Miller in there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Little meta.
Now you're getting to what I want it to be, which is Professor Pig.
Professor Pig,
Oh.
yes.
Well, wasn't what's his face in the canceled Batgirls movie? Professor Pig. Shit, what
What?
is his name? He was
Not Brendan Fraser.
George of the Jungle and the Whale.
No, Brendan
oh
Fraser was Firefly.
But wasn't the pig guy in the movie as well?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Allegedly.
Do you have any more on there, Mike D?
I thought Punchline would be really cool to do like a social media
Oh shit, yeah.
Joker comparison type. Like, would be a great movie, especially now.
Yeah.
And then I put Amygdala, and then I thought somebody like the Huntress or Cassandra Cain, who kind of like had a short spurt as a villain
Mhm.
and became an ally type, would be interesting. And then I put Nicodemus, who was that like Brubaker run villain,
Mhm.
who was like after city officials, and this Gotham has like a lot of kind of corrupt city officials in it, and so I thought that would be a fun character. So that's my list of like potentials that came to mind.
What about the Royal
I know
Flush?
some of them are stretch, but the Royal Flush Gang.
Mhm.
Yeah, they need somebody at their head. I think just the gang would be
Who could be at
a
that?
little lackluster.
Frank Miller. Frank Miller runs the Royal Flush Gang.
Frank.
So Punchline runs the Royal Flush Gang kind of in
Tunion's Run. I mean, it's right there in front of you.
I think Punchline would be really cool.
I forgot that Professor Pig shows up in Gotham, the TV show.
We're not counting that.
But he
No, that doesn't count. Never really been done in a movie before.
Yeah.
Is his quote. So that doesn't mean anything. It could definitely be Professor Pig.
Anything. What about Batmite?
Batmite. Sure. Yeah.
Safe to say, it's not Batmite. All right, move on. Want to cover some comic books? Speaking of Batman.
Speaking of, ever heard of him?
Speaking of,
let's talk about some Deadpool Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Did we all read it?
Did we all read it?
I think we kind of had to. This was like required reading for this show.
Well, one thing that may have made this a little harder to acquire for some people, despite how many copies of this are obviously made and that there were like 1 million variants of it, was this is a comic shop exclusive. Did you guys know that?
Oh, I guess that makes sense. It's not on digital readers. Because
it's not on any digital reader. It's a comic shop exclusive, which I think you got to give props to Marvel and DC for, saying, hey, let's make this huge title and make people go to comic shops to pick it up. I love that.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. What covers you guys get?
Oh, I got the
A.
2 logos mashed up together.
A is for Andy.
Yep. I got the Big Barda and the Thing punching each other.
That's the
at the same
Daniel
time.
Warren Johnson, right?
That's a Daniel Warren Johnson cover. Pretty sick.
I just got the
A.
The A. It's the only
A cover's a nice cover.
It's the only cover they had. They were sold out. Everything else.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Andy, I was meaning to tell you, this falls in the category of comic book talk. All 3 of us, our local shop, Clint's, is moving.
They are moving. That is correct.
They're opening a shop in Independence, Missouri. So that's
wow.
Breaking news here in Kansas City.
It's out in Independence.
Uh-huh.
Okay. There's no way. There's no way that I can keep going to Clint's. I can't drive to Independence. Anyway,
I'm not asking you to.
No, I know.
And you know what? I agree. I agree with you.
Sharon was saying that it was going to be across the street.
In the old Cats building that's now an apartment?
Yeah,
Sharon, come on.
Okay. Well,
anyway, we're not here to talk about Clint's. We're here to talk about Deadpool Batman, the most mediocre book of the week.
Stop, Greg.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, that is not fair at all.
It's not fair at all.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, man.
I think this is like one of those moments to like celebrate as comic fans that like something this cool happened too.
Celebration.
I hate
happen.
that you poo-pooed it. Hey, every comic podcast needs one, right?
I can poo-poo
one of these fucking guys like Greg.
Hey, man.
I don't like anything.
I'm the voice that people have in their heads that they are too afraid to speak out loud. I'm that. I'll be your mouthpiece. This issue was fine. Fine at best.
Were you expecting Dark Knight Returns?
No, I was expecting Dark Knight Returns too.
Well, they already made it.
I feel like for what it had to deliver,
mm-hmm.
it far exceeded what it needed to do to be successful.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
The most bewildering thing for me about this book is they're only making 2 issues, right?
That
it's Batman Deadpool and Deadpool Batman.
That is correct.
That's it. Even JLA versus Avengers had 6. Even the Amalgam stuff, not counting the spinoffs, had like 4 or 5 issues. 2 issues?
Yeah.
So you're comparing it to something it isn't.
Yeah.
I'm comparing it to
That's
something
my
that it
problem.
should be. Like why go through all the pomp and circumstance to do this great big crossover and only do 2 issues? What story are you wanting to tell here? If you wanted to do a real crossover and tell a story, you would have given it more than 2 issues.
They're doing a bunch of mini stories.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay, so like 8 more
Here's the
pages
thing.
of
Here's the thing,
bullshit.
Greg. Here's the thing, Greg.
Oh my God.
Well, I don't think it's more pages of bullshit. And I think if it were a bunch of like tons of one shots that you had to buy,
Mhm.
you would complain that these could have been 4-page minis in an anthology.
No. First of all, let's not talk about a universe and a timeline that doesn't even exist yet where I'm being persecuted against. What I'm saying is, you could have let these stories breathe a little more and just made this 6 issues of fun.
You're telling me right now you would have rather had 6 issues of Deadpool Batman?
Yes, because there's something to invest in. I don't really. The story that was in this was okay. It seemed rather quick and kind of easily wrapped up.
Yeah.
Credit to Zeb Wells. I think Zeb Wells did a great job. I don't know if this is his first time writing Batman, but it was, pretty good.
This is wild to me.
Why is it wild? Why?
I mean, it definitely
I was
wasn't
right
the
about Hush
conversation I was
2.
expecting to
You're
have
right about Hush 2.
about
Stop.
this comic.
It seems wild that these two behemoths wouldn't want to cash in more and make this series a little bit longer.
Yeah,
And
you're
to get
mad it's
Grant
not more of a
Morrison
money
on
grab.
them? Like, what the hell? Is this my last episode on First Issue Club?
I'm just kind of bewildered, I guess.
Why?
Why? Because it was a good issue.
Yeah, I thought the main story was really fun and did a better job with with people, someone writing Deadpool. There's a lot of like corny cornball jokes you can make, and the line is like razor thin on whether those work or not when you're writing such a goofball character, and when you're crossing one over with like the reality of this super serious character. How do the two interplay together? And those were things that I thought were measured in a way that I was like, wow, Zeb, you did the damn thing. Like, I thought that was a feat to like tell the story they did, cross over the universes without getting into the hubbub of like how exactly they were crossed over. I loved the moments between Joker and Deadpool and them kind of like having this moment where Deadpool's like, man, I could see myself having a rapport with this guy that lasts a lifetime. Like that, we have this kind of cat and mouse back and forth thing, and it's always bigger than any one instance. We're
It's
kind
the
of
only
dependent
relationship
on
we
each
can
other.
keep.
And yeah, it's the only relationship that we can truly keep throughout our lives. I was like, this is, and you could tell the Joker's getting like jealous or mad at the circumstances. It's like, I thought so much of that stuff was like artfully done. It didn't do, they made a um, really good play at like, of all the jokes you thought they could have make about Robins and how he's always got like this like hot little boy's like sidekick. Like he acknowledged the joke and was like, "Well, I would make fun of you for this, but it's probably well trodden territory at this point." Like I like how they acknowledged it and got it out of the way without being like, this is the one joke that always gets told about Robin. So like, let's just get it out there and then move on. I thought that was like another like wink to the audience that they know.
The fact I called this book a success when they actually made me laugh when Deadpool said something like, "Well, now we fought and clearly earned each other's mutual respect." Like, that was fucking hysterical. Because, like,
you know that I could murder you. It's like I wasn't even ever in danger of
was
being
never
murdered.
in danger of being murdered. Like, that whole scene made the book for me. And then the fact that it actually like not only explained how Deadpool got to the DC universe like fairly successfully without getting boring, but then also like had a twist that I did not expect.
Yeah. I love Jim Gordon's telling him off, and Deadpool's like, dang, you sound like my dad. And then Jim Gordon goes, bet I've got as much time for you
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
Everybody had
Yeah.
jokes.
It was a real Dean Martin's roast.
Oh man. The accountability stuff was great. Like
The fact that Zeb Wells made
he's
Batman say accountability buddy.
yeah, right.
Like twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Is that enough about the main story? Do we want to get into the backups?
Well, I feel sad for Greg that he didn't enjoy this book as much as he could have.
Well, nope.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. I just am confused by it.
Sure.
Because if it was well done for it seems too rushed. Seriously, like this should have been 4 issues. Like that so clean lined through the book of like just yep, okay, wiping my hands of it. We are done and good. So it's like what story of sustenance here? And I know it's funny to say, what story do you want of sustenance from a Deadpool Batman book? And it's like I kind of want a little more fun.
Sure.
I want the good times to keep going. And this is like your birthday party ending at 6:30 in the afternoon in the evening. It's just like, come on, we got like 5 more hours to party. What are we doing?
Oh, maybe there's something that we don't know here where they plan on doing more of these, that they're going to do like another, Superman / whoever
That's my hope.
Yeah.
next. And instead of 6 issues of this, we're going to get like 3 two-parters.
That's my hope.
Could be the case.
All right. Wait and see.
All right. First of the backups was Captain America and Wonder Woman. And this was by Chip Zdarsky with Terry Dodson on art. And boy, oh boy, Terry Dodson, perfect person to draw this one. Yeah. Didn't occur to me before I read this how perfect Captain America and Wonder Woman were for each other storyline wise. And I really enjoyed the scenario on this one where it was like there isn't any like universe crossover or traversal. It's like all the universe is just combined, that all these things can exist at the same time. Take it for what it's worth, but we got to tell a really great little story that looked at like the life and times of these two heroes and all the important moments throughout history that their lives touched, and they did the thing together. Was really beautiful. It started with Hitler in the bunker, which I think, of course, when we think back to like the origins of some of these characters, we associate them with war times now, especially World War II. So I don't know. I loved everything about this one. I think this was the one that like maybe hit me hardest in the feels. I expected these to kind of like get me in the feels every once in a while, but this one really got me more than I was expecting.
Yeah, this was an absolutely gorgeous story. I think this is one you could take 5 issues to tell. Like Captain America and Wonder Woman meeting at various points throughout history between World War II and the distant future. I loved getting the little tastes of having like, oh, it's the first appearance of the Fantastic Four, but also Superman's there, and it's like Crisis on Infinite Earths, Death of Supergirl, but the Avengers are there. That stuff was like so much fun.
Yep. And to see like Wonder Woman living on beyond the heroes of Marvel and the heroes of DC, right? Because she's this kind of like timeless millennia living character.
Yeah.
And that she kind of carries on the mantle. She carries the shield of Captain America into the future, which has a lot of likenesses with her whole symbol and branding throughout DC Comics history, right? With the star and the red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
And seeing all these future characters too, that like, 100 years from now, she's with a different Captain Marvel and a different Green Lantern and a different Superman. Just really fun, cool last panel that got me like, oh god,
Yeah.
comics do matter.
It's real to me, damn it.
Yeah, there were a lot of great panels in this story that I would love to see expounded on.
Yeah. All right. On a lighter note, the next one was Kelly Thompson's Jeff and Crypto.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see our kind of two most popular animal characters at the moment, who were, obviously both really having a pop culture moment right now. So what a better time to throw these two characters together. And these are written like any other Jeff the Shark story where there's like very little to no dialogue and you're just seeing some cute hijinks take place. So more than anything, this was just a cute comic strip
The
showing how these two guys are lovable, sweet sidekicks.
I'll say my only disappointment with this was I would have loved to see cuz who is it, Gihiru? I'm going to butcher this name, but it's the guy, the person who always does like the Jeff the Shark books.
Oh, Gurihiru.
Gihiru. Yeah. I would have loved to see like maybe a Dan Mora or something take a shot at this art. Somebody who's like more in the DC style.
Someone who hasn't tackled it before, yeah.
Because Jeff is such a big character. I mean, obviously, Crypto is having a pop culture moment, but I would have loved to see somebody from that art style tackle
Yeah.
a Jeff story.
Yep.
But
I hear
that's like a minimal complaint. It's a fun story about them playing volleyball, in Antarctica. Like, you can't have that big a complaint about it.
Who sets up that game?
All right, Daredevil and Green Arrow was our next one, and that was by Kevin Smith with Adam Kubert. We got a Kubert in the house.
Talk
Kubert
about Adam
alert.
Kubert not missing a lick in his time as a comic book illustrator. The dude is
Art
just
was
still
beautiful.
flawless.
Yeah, so good.
Very,
go ahead.
Very,
Andy.
very cool to have Kevin Smith write this, considering he's written both characters before.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they fit tonally very well together, like just aside from that, but then to have somebody who's written both come back to write it was like kind of a stroke of genius.
They weren't characters that I initially was like, oh, duh, you'd pair Daredevil with Green Arrow. Yeah. Like, it was kind of like a why moment for me until I was like, oh, yeah, I see Kevin Smith is on it.
Yeah.
But even still, reading the mini, it read really well, and it kind of did see like, oh, these characters do have kind of an interesting, like, they're both really like over the top costume wise. They both look like they could be corny villains.
Yeah.
But they're actually
a lot of color puns within the short story.
The whole red and green thing is a great visual, like stop go kind of pun. So there's a handful of things here to like. This one was very lighthearted and fun. Didn't overstay its welcome. This is definitely one that like was more than fine as a mini for me.
Yeah. Yes.
But like I really enjoyed it. Like it was like the perfect length for what it was. So props to Kevin for killing it on this one.
What an incredible final panel, by the way.
Yeah.
When they're that was cool.
They're going back to a restaurant to like trade war stories with each other, and then the boxing glove arrow that Green Arrow used to save Daredevil was made from Daredevil's dad's boxing glove.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a shine Jack Murdoch on the side of the
glove.
glove.
So cool. Like, what a great panel.
Really cool. These are guys who also love comics. They're just like us.
They get it.
Just like us.
All right, Rocket Raccoon and Green Lantern.
So funny.
Al Ewing
so funny.
and DK Ruin.
Just an incredible an example of what someone would really do with the Green Lantern power, and it is just absolute mayhem.
Yep, a space rascal definitely looks like he walked out of the pages of, Grant Morrison Green Lantern. All his like weird animal kind of
Mm-hmm.
half human alien things that are part of the Green Lantern Corps.
I
Like Rocket would totally fit right in.
and I love that they gave Rocket Guy Gardner's jacket.
Yeah.
Like,
Gave or he stole, it doesn't matter.
well, I mean, whatever. Like his Green Lantern costume is Guy Gardner's costume.
He's got the
Yeah.
vest with the big lapels.
The-
Oh, and then I also love we're talking
Parallax.
about guys, the Green Lanterns, and the guys who love their accessories and jewelry.
Yeah.
And then we see, who is it? Hal at the end with the Infinity Gauntlet on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
This is one that I would in the next issue I would love to see this same story told from the Guardians' perspective.
Yeah,
if they
right.
flip flop it and see how
Sure.
Guy turns evil and ends up beating Thanos and takes the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yep. Okay, I think the next one. This is the one people were most curious about. What a pairing.
This is big time.
We've got Frank Miller doing Showdown, which is Old Man Logan versus the Dark Knight. Beautiful pairing. I mean, you can say what you will about Frank Miller getting old and the guy's still drawing this or that. I think it's beautiful that they found a couple pages in here to do something like this. That's like, it's a no duh that that like this would be a great matchup. And yeah, let Frank do the pages and tell the quick story, and he gets in and out with just a couple panels that get the job done. I have no complaints about it. I've seen people on Reddit kind of post about just like, let this guy stop doing it, and it's just, I don't know.
No,
give me whatever Frank let Frank Miller do whatever he wants. He's earned it.
I loved this story.
It's fun. Yeah.
And
it's not like they're like wheeling him out like Stan Lee. Like he's being asked if he wants to do something, and he's like, "Yeah, sure."
So
whatever.
true.
Yeah.
And the fact that one of the like sound effect panels says "old fart," like
yeah,
yeah. I think you could tell that Frank wasn't taking this too seriously, and we shouldn't either.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, you can't convince me that if Alan Moore was still on good terms with comic books, he wouldn't be included in any of this as well.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Alan Moore would have Watchmen,
Swamp Thing,
Miracle Man crossover.
Swamp Thing and Man Thing.
Dude, Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, Man Thing crossover. Put it in my face.
And then finally, we get a amalgam tribute.
Yeah.
Where we see Logan and Lobo put together as Logo.
Mm-hmm. Which, I don't know if you guys saw, this book is going to second print, which is a shock to no one. And the second printing cover is Logo.
As well it should be.
Mm-hmm.
The big debut character.
Major key.
Major key. First appearance Logo.
Which, that is so very funny, tongue-in-cheek kind of thing about this whole crossover. You know, it's what is it really about? And some people are always just like, it's about the two DC and Marvel logos getting as much cash as they can, and to name the characters kind of funny.
And to get Ryan North to write it is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
To get Ryan Stegman to do the art is also perfect.
Yeah.
The Ryans.
The comic book Ryans.
All right, we did it. Do we want to cover how you feeling, Greg? Do we want to call this an episode?
No, I'm good for one more issue.
Okay, we're gonna have Vargas do another one, and then we're gonna take everything else we read over to the Patreon.
Perfect.
So, you can join us there for that one.
First of all, thank you, boys, for letting me cover this book.
Why?
Well, because I feel very passionately that this is the book of the week, as big
Oh, okay.
and huge as Deadpool Batman.
Vargas, it's a goddamn honor to let you cover this.
Boys.
I'm proud to be a first issue club member, where at least I know I can listen to Vargas talk about comic books.
Yeah, so I read No Man's Land by Simon Kudranski. Uh and Kudranski is the person who did Something Epic and Blood Commandment. So got some bona fides there. Uh One man team, and this book is a murder mystery that feels in the vein of like the best kind of X-Files episode. It takes the background of the Cold War, and the setup is that there's this island on Alaska that's like between Russia and Alaska, right? The Aleutian Islands go across the Bering Strait and like basically touch each other, right?
Hmm.
And the setup is that there, Russia owns one island, America owns the other, but for 3 months a year the strait freezes up so that you can walk from America to Russia or vice versa, right? And we're in this Cold War and we don't want to start political incidents and all this yada yada, right? Well, at the beginning of the story, we find out that a murder has taken place on that frozen land bridge. They found a woman's dead body, and
Mm.
her intestines have been removed and placed next to her body. So, like, this was done with intention. And the CIA sends a
Because
guy.
bodies don't normally do that, in case anyone's wondering who's listening, when
Oh,
you die,
yeah. So,
your intestines don't just pop out and sit next to
yeah,
you.
in this universe, that's not something that happens. Uh,
Because
A
we all
bear
know
that's like,
birds run on batteries
and
and your
I'll put this
intestines
here.
jump out of your gut when you're
yeah,
dead.
that's right. That's right. Uh, so the setup here is the CIA picks a guy who's like literally retiring like the next day, right? And say, you can't retire. We're gonna send you. Nobody can know about this because it's this. We don't want to acknowledge that we're sent.
Start a
Yeah,
war.
we don't want to acknowledge that we're sending a CIA guy to investigate this. Um, but they say like, we know that Russia is also sending a guy, and they basically know that we're sending you. So they have to work together, this Russian agent and this American agent, to solve this murder, but without their governments knowing that they're working on a murder.
Yeah.
And I mean, the artwork was incredible. It's like very muted color palette, very Cold War aesthetic. You get stuff like this that
Hmm.
feels very X-Files, Cold War. Uh and the story was just so compelling. It felt like a more realistic like Department of Truth or something. Um
When is it set?
in
Did you
in
already
the
say?
50s during the
In the
Cold
Cold
War.
War?
In the
Yeah.
50s.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So um I read it twice because it was so good. Like, I got to
Mhm.
the end and I had to go back and read it again because it was like,
Wow.
I've got to make sure that I absorb every inch of this book.
Vargas, the beginning sounds very John Carpenter, The Thing vibes.
It it had, I mean, yeah, because it takes place in like
Could
cold
that be
world.
why you enjoyed it so much?
I mean, yeah. Oh, most of the book takes place around our CIA agent's retirement, though. Like,
Okay.
we get a
Mhm.
scene of like his wife telling him that they're getting a divorce because he's married to the
'Cause he's
job.
retiring.
And well, that was like the thing. He's like literally retiring tomorrow, and his wife was like, "Oh, you're leaving for another job? I was gonna wait till tomorrow, but we're getting a divorce." Like, so it's just like, it's this brutal realism of this guy who's been a government servant his entire life. He's just ready to be fucking done with it. uh
Mhm.
there's all these crazy political tensions that he doesn't care about, but he gets drawn into this you know crazy murder mystery, and it's like it's going to end up being the defining moment of his career.
Yikes.
So
Wild.
really, really interesting. I mean, it's a long-winded setup, but I think once you get to what they're doing at the end of the book, this is going to be something really, really great. It's going to be a very special book.
Do we know if it's sci-fi at all?
There was
Is this like
no indication that it's sci-fi.
yeah, a man did this?
Yeah.
Or a human.
woman?
A human did this. Yes.
Or some hyper intelligent monkey with a scalpel.
Yes, some polar bear with a vendetta performed this murder. I
Cool.
I
Sounds great.
cannot recommend this book enough. I guess unless any of the like genres or media artifacts that I describe this book as don't appeal to you at all, I guess don't read it. But otherwise, I would recommend this to anybody. It was really, really, really great.
Hit us with the title one more time.
No Man's Land.
No Man's
out
Land.
on Image.
Right on.
It's called
I think
Outside Guts. Out on Scout Comics.
Outside Guts. It's called Outsides, Insides.
It's called Your Insides, but They're Outsides by Andy Vargas. It's got Batman and Deadpool. Sorry.
That does it for another episode of First Issue Club. Join us next time when we talk about more first issues. And if you want to find us other places, listen to the outro. Bye. First Issue Club podcast is brought to you by Boulevard Brewing Company, the people responsible for our favorite drinks, the Space Camper Cosmic IPA family of beers. Our show is edited and produced by our hosts Mike DeStacy, Greg Lichtig, and Andy Vargas. You can find us on social media at First Issue Club, and you can join the supporters who keep our humble podcast going on our Patreon at patreon.com/firstissueclub.